Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a moon reading for you, and also we'll talk a little bit about the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus, which is in mainstream, of course, in a different sign, and therefore the meaning is totally different. So let's go, and I share the screen right with you. So here, the first one, it was yesterday, Sunday, that the conjunction was correct. And you can see here it was, the chart is made to Chiang Rai, but it doesn't really matter so much because the sign is also, when I put it in London or wherever, is still in the same sign. And this is Aries and not Taurus. And you can see already from the topic here that we have a huge, huge, huge difference because this is fire. And when you have in Taurus the topic that something is manifesting, then we have in Aries the topic, and also the sun is already in Aries, which makes it even stronger, that there is something kind of new coming up. You know, I don't want to see the whole Aries topic or Mars topic only as the warrior. There is much more to it. It is the bringer of light. And when you look into the ancient mythology, that is still depicting the first sign as the first thing, there will be light. And when you look at it from this perspective, it looks different. So Jupiter is the planet that helps us to move beyond boundaries. Is again the arrow that penetrates the horizontal line. And this is when we have in Sagittarius, we find the pontifex, the priest. Actually, the real word from the back is the pontifex, and this means a bridge builder. And this is the bridge builder from one reality into the other. And see, this is very important to understand, because when you look at Jupiter here standing on the horizontal line, on top of the horizontal line, it means that we go beyond our mundane thinking, our mundane world. We penetrate boundaries and borders. We move beyond. And this is in itself a challenge. And then we have Uranus. Uranus is the symbol of the sun, but has an arrow on top. So we can say that Uranus, I always call it a little bit with a smile, the transportation company. So Uranus is something that transports something. And you know, you can also figure out that very often the negative events that are connected to airplane crashes or stuff like that are often, no, actually, probably most every time connected with Jupiter. It is something explodes, is a crash, something is even going stronger than we have in Jupiter. So when we have Jupiter connected to the sign Sagittarius that we have here, then we have Uranus, we go further, we have beyond the last material sign, which is the other world, we can say. It's like when you go the whole journey, when we are born in Aries and we go this cycle around, we have the body we create, and all the journey of a life, we die. Physically, the death sign is Capricorn. And Aquarius will be then when we move beyond this body into the next realm. So we can also say Uranus is that transportation company that transports you into another dimension. And we have together with Jupiter and Uranus in Aries, we are being transported into a complete new consciousness, because the sun represents consciousness, and Jupiter and sun is the consciousness that is connected with the higher self. And believe me, I talk from experience. I'm born with a Sun-Jupiter conjunction. So this is not that we communicate mostly with people on this level, but on that level. And so when we have this in Aries, that means that this is a new beginning for the world. And it is also a blow up energy of all this negative things that have manifested. Negative energy, and you can read that in my blog from 2 days ago. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful text about, does evil really exist? I recommend you to go and read that, and you understand this topic even better, because the way that evil exists is only through manifestation and people, but evil itself does not exist. So it is very important that all that what is manifested is being blown up, so that the light can come in again, and that we can move forward with the sun, with the light, with the Aries, being newborn, being within a new beginning. And there is only one aspect to it. You can see here we have a sextile 60-degree, and this one is here, when you see it correctly, to Saturn. So again, you know, no, it's not to Saturn. Sorry, I said that wrong. It's to Mars. But Mars is in conjunction with Neptune and Saturn. So I would consider all the 3 planets here together. Saturn still in Aquarius, which is connected with Uranus. So that means it is mandatory. You cannot just choose or not choose or try to walk away. It will have an impact. And the impact is not just on the 21st, because the conjunction is over a week at least, and still connected with the coming full moon on the 24th. We have Mars. We see again, Mars is powerful. This is a very powerful thing to happen. And then we have Neptune. And Neptune is a little bit further away, but, you know, Neptune shows that most people have no idea what's going on. So this is not something that you can select or can try to attach to the energy. So whatever it is, it just happens. And whatever happened in your life, it depends how much luggage you have, how much karma you have, how much hidden stuff you have, you know, like, for example, I know a person who is very, very much, he cannot express any emotion, and he has already since very young put emotions always in a cupboard, in a cupboard, in a cupboard. And at one point that stuff will all fly into his face. So we cannot avoid things that we have created along the way of our journey. And I bet that the older you are, the more you have in that closet, most likely. That now is kind of released, that key doesn't work anymore to keep that closet closed, but it all comes out for you now. And whatever is coming in your life, you have to face it. Don't run away. Don't try to negate it, because you will have immediately physical symptoms. And a lot of people, they come in the moment with physical symptoms. I went through something myself just the last days. That's why I do the reading today, because I couldn't talk with my dental stuff. And I did manage it with my homeopathy and did not go to the dentist. So it is something that comes up. Try not to just use allopathic medicine to make something go away. Ask whatever pain you have, why the pain is here, what it has to tell you. And I have made a series of videos also you can check out about illness and the message of illness, the language of illness. So this is very important in this chart that we can see here. And this is something that we need to dig deep, because Neptune indicates that there is hidden stuff is coming forward, powerful. This is also, even if it's in Pisces here too, see Neptune and Mars, but here Saturn that is connected with it in Aquarius will kind of make some bang, you know, kind of something really flips open, or something comes into your life very unexpected. So please pay attention. Now I go forward to the full moon reading. And you can see also that this one doesn't look so very simple with this, like an arrow pointing to Pluto here, with sun and moon to Pluto. And I just want to say again that Pluto, I don't want to have you that Pluto is a bad guy and Saturn is a bad guy and all that stuff. They are not. They belong into life. They are a measurement of time quality. It is not even true that stars influence us. I mean, of course, when the weather is hot, the sun shines, it's hot, or doesn't shine, it's cold. That is the influence of the weather. But the stars are given, like in the ancient traditions, they knew that the stars are showing the quality of time. It's like, it just give you a very simple sample. I get a liter of milk from somebody, and I want to make sure it's good. I take a little bit of that milk, give it to the lab, and the lab tell me what is inside of that milk. Do you think that the milk is the milk because I give it to the lab and the lab does influence the milk? No, it's not. The lab just shows me the quality of the milk. And in a way, that's the same thing with the stars. The stars show us the quality of time. Now, looking at the sun is a fire element. So if we have a lot of sun, of course, there's more fire, it's warmer. If we have less, we have colder because there is not enough heat. So every planet has its own quality to show us something. And again, prediction is, it's kind of, I don't know, it's stupid, honestly. I feel it's stupid because it interferes with your free will. And an astrologer who give you predictions is making a karma that I don't want to be involved in. Of course, we can see the rhythm of the cycle, the rhythm of the stars. But when I know it's summer now, and I know that it's going to be winter, I can predict that there is summer and there is winter, but I don't know how you're going to experience your summer or winter. Or if I see that is a planet like Saturn in your life, that means that your life has a certain time quality. But you have to choose yourself how you want to live it. Give me again a stupid example. If you learn mathematics, I give you an array of things that you can learn the basics. I put some nuts and some stones and some cups and some whatever on the table, and you can choose which one you want to take to learn 1 and 1 is 2. So simple for the child. So it doesn't matter if you use nuts or cups or stones or whatever. It is the principle of mathematics that you want to learn with it. And that's exactly the same with the stars. So they give you a principle idea of what is, and that will help you to understand what is happening in your life. And it's up to you how you're going to use these tools. So Saturn is not just the bad guy or Pluto or whatever. They just show you a certain time quality. No, I remember Detlefsen gave us a very, very nice sample. Let me tell you that one. He was fantastic. I was very lucky I had him as a teacher. So he said, you know, Saturn's coming up. Now imagine in astrology, you see in your chart Saturn's coming up. So you go and you close your house and the windows and the shutters and everything. So when Saturn come and knock on the door, you don't answer. And you run up to put some furniture in front of the door that Saturn cannot enter your house. And then you put this measure, that measure, this measure, turn off the phone or whatever you want so that Saturn cannot reach you. So at the end, Saturn takes a fist and smashes your house because he is going to reach you if you want it or not. And then they say, I knew it was a bad guy. So play along, open the door, face the challenges that are coming in your life, and Saturn does not have to smash your house. Or like another lady, I remember that was a very important sentence for me is embrace death as a lover and he will not rape you. And this is also a similar story. And this is also connected with Saturn because Saturn is representing our physical death. So when you look at this triangle that we have, this red triangle from Sun to Moon to Pluto, it is indicated that we are going through a very strong transformation, and Pluto is in Capricorn again. That's why I say the sample of Saturn, the bad guy, So a lot of things that don't belong to you will be taken away. In the mythology, you have this journey of Inanna who goes through the underworld, and she had to go through 7 stations and had to let go 7 things we can compare with the 7 personal planets, and then to die and to be reborn as her own daughter. And this is more or less also the story, especially with the cluster that we have here. And it's mandatory. The story is mandatory, but it's completely up to you how you're going to live it. So when we have this, from Pluto, what we have, the creative aspect is going to Venus. So this is the key, creation, creativity is connected, inspiration, being in spirit. Venus is love. So if we do that with love and we not reject anything what's coming, but try to heal what is around us, we have maybe relationships to heal, we have part of ourselves to heal, and whatever's coming up, look at it and try to love it free. I know this is very difficult, and sometimes it's nearly not easy to forgive because we are still involved in emotions. And this is the moment when we we ask for help, and I call the upstairs team. I call my upstairs team to help me to get rid of the anger of this person or that person, or of this betrayal and this cheating or whatever. So we have help there, but again, we have to ask to get it. So we have here Venus, Chiron, Mercury. The node is in the moment not very important for the personal chart that I try to convey. This is Mercury's the personality, and in between the two here, in the center of the two planets. This is always a very sensitive point when you have 2 planets and one exactly in the middle. That is a point that is sensitive, connected with Chiron, and this Chiron is the key. First of all, we have a retrograde Mercury. So don't try to talk to people or to medical doctors or whatever. They will not understand your symptoms. They cannot, because there is no measurement in the material world to figure out what it is. So when you want to heal, you have to ask for healing and not curing. Curing is a very, very different story. And I had a very, very shocking story a couple of days ago from my friend in Switzerland who works with radionics. He said that he had a medical doctor coming to him. He was diagnosed with a lymph node, and they said he has 1 week more to live, and sent home with a big bag of medication. So Thomas checked him out with radionics, which is energy medicine, and he had a pneumonia, and he's still alive. So it is very, very important for you to know that medical doctors cannot understand, because their training is in a complete different direction. They cannot understand what is happening. So if you want help, you have to go to some kind of a naturopath or natural medicine, whatever. Homeopathy is very, very good in this case, or acupuncture, even all kind of meridian massage, etc. is good. But allopathic medicine will not give you any help in this situation. So see, this is what I said before with the Uranus Jupiter conjunction, what is happening. This is that new beginning. And we have to jump out of all this brainwash, of all these borders and packages and boxes and what is around us. This is all falling apart in the moment, and you can see it in the world outside too. So when we have the personality, we have Mercury retrograde again, you see, there is no help from the outside. But the healer is here with you, with Venus and with Mercury in between Chiron. So that is going through that path of a certain suffering might be included, and love it free. This is many things we have avoided, or we did not know how to handle, or we had no way to understand what is happening because of the brainwash, because of the program. We were connected, and we can just see here with the node, it was something that is worldwide. And see these planets here that are very, very powerfully now activated. They are the key here with the connection to spirit. Here is a karmic aspect to Saturn. Of course, look back the last whatever hundreds, thousands years, when our planet has been hijacked by negative entities. Let's just use a neutral word. And this is connected again with Saturn, that now we have to resolve this matter. There is no way around. Now, we talked about timelines many times before, and this is again, now this is here where the timelines will split. There's nothing you can do about it. And here we have that, again, we have that sextile. We have still that I talked about, the Jupiter, Uranus, the sextile going to Neptune, and Mars is approaching now with Neptune. This, so that gives it even more power, even more energy. So it might be that, for example, if you did have an illness, like when you were 10, 20, 30, whatever years old, and you went to the medical treatment and it was more or less gone, it might flare up. Let me give you another sample that just hit me right now. See, inspiration. When you take antibiotics, an anti against biotics, bios is against life. So what antibiotics actually does, and I also talk from experience, when you have some virus, bacteria, whatever it is, it encapsulates it and deposits somewhere, most likely in joints. And it is said, I don't know, I cannot prove that, but somebody explained that to me, that it takes about 7 to 8 years till this kind of enclosement is over and it is released in the body again. So it happened. That's why we talk about the difficult 7th year, because a lot of things are coming up again. 7th year again, we have Saturn here. And this is why it's sometimes so difficult, and we have no idea where something comes from, or say, yeah, when I was a child, I remember I had this problem or this or that, and now this is coming up again. And that means you have never resolved it. So look into the problem, ask again your upstairs team, ask them if you have a connection to a friend who is a naturopath or connected with naturopathy, or if you have not Google but another search engine, you can also go in, like for example, you could Google homeopathic remedies for, and then you go and you check out the homeopathic remedy, what it indicates. But you have to maybe buy a book about, or really go and read it, what the remedy is for, because that is the simile principle, that the same heals the same. So for example, if we have belladonna, when I eat belladonna, I have certain symptoms from the poisoning. And when I put belladonna, I potencize it into higher potency. Belladonna cures exactly these symptoms that in a natural way, if you would take belladonna, would create poisoning symptoms. So now I haven't talked about the moon yet, but this is a very important thing that you understand that one by down here first. The moon is at the end of Virgo. Virgo, now we talked about it, when we have a life cycle, we start in Aries, then Taurus, we manifest, we harvest in Virgo. Any questions? I know this might be a little bit satiric when I say it like this, but it is very clear that on this full moon, it is a trigger to start the harvest. And here we have then the challenge, the harvest, the challenge to go through this transformation in this time to come. And again, I'm asked often, how long does a horoscope the duration of a constellation? It depends very much on you. If this constellation is not resolved, it will stay with you, and when a similar trigger comes again, it comes out again. So if you take time and you look at it and you have the intention that you want to now resolve these problems and being healed, not cured, healed, really healed from the word holy, and you connect with spirit and you have them help, you will meet the right people, you will find the right natural remedies, energy remedies, whatever it is that you need in the moment. But don't, well, don't, it's your free will. If you want to run to the hospital, go ahead, but I recommend not to do it. Okay, so and we have here the AC. The AC here, you can see, is on 0-degree areas. That is also another indication of the breakthrough. And this one is made for London. This is the world horoscope. So you have a choice now. The whole first house is more or less Sagittarius, or the whole sign of Sagittarius is here. And then it comes with Capricorn. So that is a very personal issue, because that first house is the first aspect when we step out into life, what is happening. That is how I present myself. And this is now the task to move beyond boundaries, let go of all these boxes I mentioned, face that transformation so that you can come out with having a new life, a new experience. And you remember that the microcosmos and macrocosmos is the same. So the more of you who go through that and take that serious and not run away, the faster the shift will happen. It's up to us. It's our energy that creates how fast we shift into a more positive timeline. I hope that helps, and I know that's not easy stuff I'm talking about, and I'm not doing that at all. I don't give you just good news, I tell you what is happening. So please give me a thumbs up if you're happy with the reading. And I look forward to see you next time when I do another reading again. Bye-bye for now.